welcome back to the MadSpideyverse. I'm MadSpidey and this is my channel. Today will be the third installment in my artist series videos, and in this particular episode I will be focusing on another Australian artist. His name is Jeffrey Cruz, but is better known as the moniker Chamba. Now, Chamba is mainly known for working for Udon Entertainment, which is mainly comprised of most of the work you'll see with him will be for things like Street Fighter, Capcom sort of style things, so very manga, very colourful sort of style, I suppose you could say. He's also done the Venom one-shot, The End. He did that whole entire series, whole entire book, should I say. So he has gotten some recognition outside of the smaller sort of publishers, which is really good for him, and he is an absolute champion of a guy. Now, over the years, like a lot of the Australian professional artists, I've got to know him quite well and become good mates. All the sketches I am going to be showing today are all from conventions, so nothing elaborate in regards to backgrounds and things like that, but still awesome pieces all the same. So we might as well get started with my first piece. Now, as I mentioned in the previous episodes, and anything that's art related in my videos, I do say that when I first started, I got characters that were either more known from that particular artist. So, but obviously with Chamba, he hadn't done any Marvel work then, and obviously I'm not going to be getting any Street Fighter characters or Capcom characters or anything like that. So I was thinking, what should I get? And I just randomly picked an Iron Fist. So that is the Iron Fist there, and as you can see, that is what we would call our 11 by 17, but it's actually in A3 size, which is an Australian European sort of sizing, which is slightly bigger than 11 by 17. But yeah, that's his full figure, full color convention sketch, Iron Fist. And you see it's very sort of manga style, very colorful, very vibrant. So yeah, so that was my first one from him, and I think that was, I'm not sure of the years because I do have quite a few. Pretty much he's nearly at every single Australian convention, especially in Melbourne, seeing he's a Melbourne boy as well. And so pretty much every convention I usually get one. Some I've been able to double up depending on how busy he's been, but we'll continue on with the rest of the pieces. So I think that one was about 2013 or 2014. All the rest I won't mention the years because yeah, quite often got at least one or two in every single year. After that, the other thing I will mention is now that the non-Spidey character is over, all the rest are all Spidey based characters. I always like to give the artists options, especially with convention sketches or commissions. I quite often will say, you can pick any character from the Spider-Verse. Most artists will go with the, traditional, just plain sort of traditional Spider-Man or a variation of. If they pick a villain, they usually pick one of the mainstream ones, Green Goblin or Rhino or something like that. Chamba is the best when it comes to the non-mainstream sort of characters. So you will see quite a diversity in back catalogue, especially when it comes to the villains. But you'll see that as we go along. So the next one is Toxin. And once again, as you can see, very bright, very vibrant. And he actually developed after a while, instead of just putting his signature on it, he actually has his own stamp. There's only sort of half of it there, and he just puts his signature in there. There is Toxin, obviously one of the slightly lesser known symbiotes. symbiote, however you want to pronounce it. I'll just say symbiote, nice and quick. There's that one. Next one is really going off book and you know, hasn't appeared in Spidey comics very often, but yeah, still cool all the same. Here's White Rabbit. As you can see, more of a manga, more cartoony sort of style, but still very vibrant, very cool. And as I said, all of these are all full figure on A3. There's no real background elements or anything, because as I said, they are all convention sketches, but you can see how you can smash out something like this at a 2-day convention is just awesome, and do quite a few of them as well. Next one, variation on Spider-Man. It's the good old man spider. You can see there's the stamp that I mentioned. He does have a bit of a curly sort of handlebar sort of mustache quite often, so that's why that's in the stamp there, which is pretty cool. So that's man spider. Now I'm not 100% sure on this because I haven't read the storyline, but I'm pretty sure this was when Venom actually joined Guardians of the Galaxy. It was like Space Venom or something like that, but still, when he showed me that he picked this, I thought that is so cool looking. Very dynamic, very awesome, even though it's only basically just black and white colouring with some light effects and a little bit of red in the mouth. Still a very, very nice piece. That one. Going back to your more traditional sort of lineup is Spidey 2099. And it was funny because when he first showed me this one, like once he'd finished it, I sort of looked at it and went, yeah, why has he sort of put some weird sort of greeny sort of colour? And then I realised that most of Spidey 2099 is actually set at night and in a futuristic sort of background, so the lights would be very vibrant and very fluorescent. So he's actually done the lighting really, now that I know my art a lot more, the lighting is actually really cool on that. So he's even done the loose bit of sort of webbing little thing that he has on his back, almost like a tiny little cape. Very cool on that as well. Yeah, this is once again one of those really sort of offbeat. This was actually a character called Ricochet, which, if I remember rightly now, I think this was in the 90s. I think that's actually Peter Parker. Something happened in the storyline. You could probably tell me in the comments below, but I'm pretty sure he had to change his appearance, change his costume because something had happened in the storyline. As I said, I can't 100% remember at the moment what it is, but I still reckon, once again, Chamba has really gone right off script and picked something really random, and that's actually really good too. I do like a lot of diversity in my Spider sort of set of art. And once again, he's done that in this next piece as well. I hadn't even heard of this character. All the other characters I'd heard of, I never even heard of this character. I don't think they've even appeared that often. And a very weird but cool name. And that's Itsy Bitsy, which I thought was pretty cool. Like, that's the first time he'd actually draw something for me from his choice that he totally stumped me. He said to me, he goes, he was researching for like a week to try and find a character I'd never even heard of, but was still cool to draw. And yeah, he really smashed it out of the park. Very creepy looking character, but all cool all at the same time. So yeah, that's Itsy Bitsy. Now another one of the lesser known characters, but if you've read the, pretty sure it was either the Spider-Verse or the Spider-Geddon storyline, you saw a lot of different spiders, you know, dogs wearing spider costumes and all sorts of weird wacky stuff. This one is actually called Spider, but it's spelled, I think, S-P-Y, and then it's like 2 backslashes and a D-E-R or D-E-R, but still very, very cool looking. Once again, very vibrant, very cool colouring. So there's the full pic there. So yes, very, very cool. And lucky last piece is another symbiote, and this is one of the slightly lesser known ones again, is Mania. But yeah, once again, very cool use of lighting effects, even though there is no background. A bit of a closer look at that one. Very, as I said, a very manga, very cartoony, animated sort of style, but still realistic at the same sort of time. Yeah, so that is my 3rd episode of the artist series based on Jeffrey Chamba Cruz. I will leave his socials down in the description down below. Please give him a follow, check him out, check his art out. And yeah, so that is it for this particular episode. Thank you for tuning in. Please obviously subscribe, you know, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, and that would be greatly appreciated. Spidey out.